In today's video, we are going to be talking about the top 10 things that all narcissists absolutely hate. Some of these things might be quite surprising to you as well. So if you've ever wondered about what things narcissists really and truly hate, then today's video is for you. If you're new to this channel, I'd like to take a moment and welcome you and invite you to please subscribe and be sure and hit that notification bell because I put out new videos every week. Also, if you are interested in private one-on-one narcissistic abuse recovery coaching with me, please visit my website. It's linked in the description below. Okay, so today we are talking about the top 10 things that narcissists hate with a passion. And the first thing they absolutely hate is being told no under any circumstances. Narcissists hate being told no or coming into contact with someone's boundaries when there's something that they want from that person. That's why they will usually pester and harass someone if and when they are told no to hopefully change their mind. They know if they wear a person down and just don't take no for an answer, that there is a higher probability that they will eventually give up and give in to the narcissist. They hate the word no. It's almost as if when they are told no, they look at it as a challenge and they become more and more determined than ever to get you to change your mind. This is one of the main reasons why boundaries are so critical to keeping yourself safe from falling prey to another one of these people, because the narcissists hate boundaries. And if they cannot get you to disregard your boundaries relatively quickly, they're going to realize you're not a good target and they will move on to targeting someone else. So I cannot stress enough how important boundaries are to keeping yourself safe from one of these people. Next, they hate being ignored. This is a big one. Being ignored by someone hits the narcissist down deep under the false and phony facade they have developed, and this triggers the true self that feels deeply inferior and inadequate. If you ignore a narcissist who desires your attention, this is one of the most powerful tools you have at your disposal to hurt them. To them, being ignored is proof that they aren't as special and perfect and desirable as they want to believe that they are. That feeling causes them to feel absolutely horrible about themselves. That's why when people ask, how do you get even with a narcissist? People like me always say, ignore them and move on with your life and be happy. That is the best and only revenge that works. Another thing that narcissists absolutely hate is having to apologize. That's why you rarely, if ever, hear a narcissist apologize, because they hate it. It's almost as if they have an allergy to saying I'm sorry. So why is that so? Why do they hate saying I'm sorry so much? Because apologizing is an admission that they are wrong or at fault. And they are never, ever, ever want to be seen as the guilty party or, God forbid, held accountable for their actions. So they work very hard at avoiding giving an apology. The only times I have ever seen it is when they are backed into a corner with absolutely nowhere to go. However, even if they actually say the words, I'm sorry, they don't mean it. It's never genuine. Truly feeling sorry for something you have done would result in changed behavior for the offender. And as we all know, narcissists never change. Next thing narcissists hate is authority. Oh my goodness. They hate authority. Why, you ask? Because they want to believe they are the only and ultimate authority on anything and everything. They do not like being told what to do under any circumstances. So if and when someone tries to exert authority over them, you will usually see some pretty explosive disagreements. that emerge between the narcissist and the person trying to exert authority or control over them. They see that as a personal attack and as an act of complete disrespect to their own authority. Narcissists believe they and they alone should be the ones in control. And if you or someone else presents evidence otherwise, usually they are going to have a huge, huge problem with this. Another thing they hate, and they may hate this more than anything else, is public humiliation. And by the way, this can be from something that actually took place, or it could be completely imaginary and something that they took completely out of context. But any form or feeling of being humiliated is unbearable to a narcissist, because what they are after always is narcissistic supply. Usually they desire that supply to be shown in the form of love and adoration. So when they feel humiliated by a situation or another person, this cuts to the heart of the true self, the self they work so hard to keep suppressed, the self that feels shame and inferiority. Nothing cuts deeper to a narcissist than humiliation. That will always produce a huge narcissistic injury. And that means they will usually seek revenge on the person they believe is the responsible party for the humiliation. Narcissists are incredibly vengeful when they feel slighted or disrespected by someone. Another thing that narcissists hate are consequences. They do not want to be held accountable for anything that they do, no matter how disturbing and appalling their behavior is. If they have anything to do with it, they will shift blame and responsibility onto someone else, which if you are in a relationship with a narcissist, that usually means you. Anytime the narcissist has contributed to something negative that deserves and merits a negative consequence, they will try to gaslight others into believing that they are actually the hero of the story, the victim of the story, or the martyr of the story. But never will they accept the actual truth about the role they played, which is that of the villain. Next, they hate rejection of any kind and will do anything to avoid being rejected. Again, when faced with these unpleasant behaviors in others, they take any rejection on a very personal level. They are truly offended by any rejection they encounter because in their mind, other people don't have the right to reject them. That entitlement is only reserved for the narcissists themselves. So anytime they feel rejected by someone, they also feel very disrespected. They may even feel this person intentionally tried to humiliate them. They take it extremely personal, and it usually will always cause a pretty nasty and significant narcissistic injury. Another thing they hate is not being properly acknowledged in a social, family, or business situation. Narcissists are dependent on receiving very high levels of narcissistic supply at all times, and not being properly acknowledged is ultimately a complete and utter lack of obtaining narcissistic supply. Not only that, but they do truly feel that they are superior human beings compared to others. So not being acknowledged for the superior being that they want to believe that they are is going to cause a narcissistic injury. And again, when they receive a narcissistic injury, this can provoke them to want to seek revenge against the person or persons they believe are the responsible parties for them being disrespected in this manner. You must remember, a narcissist has an incredibly fragile ego, extremely fragile, and things that would not bother people like you and I can consume a narcissist. They need constant and continual validation in the form of narcissistic supply that proves to them they are as special and unique as they want to believe that they are. Without it, without continual streams of narcissistic supply, the narcissist is in danger of collapse. Next, and this may go without saying, but narcissists hate losing. They hate losing to anything and anyone. They want to be the winners at everything that they view as a competition. So it can mean winning at a board game they are playing with their family, obtaining a promotion at work against others who were also considered for the promotion, winning a race, or winning a divorce or custody battle. Nothing is more important to a narcissist than winning, especially if it's against someone they view as an enemy. Unfortunately, if you have been married to a narcissist and have sought a divorce from one, you will know exactly what I'm talking about, because they desire to completely destroy your life in the process. To them, any means are justified if it helps them win. And last, but certainly not least, narcissists hate being exposed for who and what they truly are. They are usually terrified of exposure, and they will go to great lengths to prevent any form of exposure. But unfortunately for them, on occasion, they will be exposed for the horrible things they have done. And they hate it with every fiber of their being. Now, just because they have been exposed certainly doesn't mean they are going to take accountability for what they've done. That won't ever happen. They usually will try to manipulate the situation in some manner to try and make them look like the victim. But they still hate the fact that they were exposed for what they have done, regardless of the fact that they won't ever admit they are the guilty party. Okay, that's going to do it for today's video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel. Also, follow me on my other social media platforms. The links are in the description below. Thanks for watching, everyone.